of relationship did you have with Tyrese Halliburton, if any? I know you guys talked at the All-Star game last year, and what do you think of that long-term going forward?
Yeah, no, we met a couple of times. We know like mutual people, Rico Hines, you know. So I think the relationships be there. We met at All-Star. We talked a little bit there and there. But yeah, no, I think everything I heard from him, like people that I talked to, like great guy, and then we was on the phone, like I think his head is in the right place, like in terms of the way he plays the game. Obviously, super talented, you know what I mean, like and young, and I think he has a bright future ahead of him. And to me, I think the only thing for me, I just wanted to come in and help. I want to make sure. I think we can create a lot of problems together with his versatility, his passing ability, my versatility, and my passing ability. So I think, I mean, I might say nowhere near his passing ability, but I think I can make plays a little bit too. But no, I'm just super excited, and we talk, and I think obviously we want him back out there on the floor so we can get some time together playing. But yeah.
What quite the week to have 3 games played and a week at home. Do you feel like you're settled in, and do you feel like a Pacer, not a newcomer just joining a group?
No, it's tough because I mean, again, today was probably the first practice we had, so I'm just like trying to get everything together. I feel more and more comfortable, but I think it's gonna take time. And guys, like I come from a place where I was there for like 8 years, basically, you know. So it's like everything feels kind of new for me. But I think I'm a quick learner. I like to believe that, and I'm a sponge. I like to learn. And those guys, like I said yesterday, like everyone is on the same page, just wanting to bring me up to speed. Talking to Coach Rick, like all the coaches, the players, everyone is just bringing me up to speed, and I think we're gonna get there.
What's the biggest adjustment playing now for the Pacers compared to Toronto, and just from what you've seen, how things operate on the court or off the court?
Yeah, no, I think obviously just a pace of play. There's a lot of just like quick offense things, and I mean I think I'm a good transition player, but I think again the pace is really fast, and some of the concepts are really different, and I just got to learn those things. But most of them is not like crazy things, right? So it's like just easy things, but you got to get used to doing them at a speed and doing them like constantly. Which I think for me, that's what I'm gonna have to learn and get to that speed in terms of just like the way it's ran. I think I got the speed, and my speed matches the team, but I think like just in what they're doing or what we're doing as a team, it's like me just feeling comfortable with it.
What is the potential of this team, you think, once everyone's healthy and once you're up to speed?
Yeah, no, I think we'd be a tough team to play against. I think that's what the team want, the coaches want. One of those teams that plays fast. You're gonna come in every single day, like you gotta mark down your calendar. Like I think we're gonna be tough. We have a lot of young talent. Obviously Tyrese, me bringing a different dynamic to the team, and when that game gets to slow down, being able to make plays and get to score baskets, but and also bring my defense into the game too. I think we got to continue to get better on defense. I got to challenge myself to continue to really focus on it, rebounding. I was telling Myles today, like I got you, bro. Like we're gonna battle for these rebounds, and I want us to get to a point where like we're going out there fighting for those rebounds, just because we want to get them so bad. So I just want to bring that element to the game too.
Logistically, what's it been like just adjusting to a new city? I know everyone talks about trade and like, oh, you're in a new team, but like, I mean, how many suitcases do you have?
Yeah.
Like, where are you living?
No,
like,
that is funny.
What is that like?
Yeah, I'm living out of I'm in a hotel, and I didn't even know what to pack, to be honest. Like I've never been through this, so this was all new for me. And I got probably 3 suitcases. I mean, I got to figure it out until my stuff can be moved here. But I think a lot of people go through that, and hey, you just gotta get up to speed. But like I said, I have a lot of support. I think the support that I feel from the organization is just help everything being like so smooth.
How important was today just to have a practice? You mentioned before.
That was good.
Was this the first?
Yes, it was good. I love being out there on the floor with the guys. Like I think we get an opportunity to learn even more. Do stuff at a decent pace. As like if it was game day, it would be a little different, So today, just getting out there. The more we can go on the floor, the better for me. Obviously, like just because I get to learn a little bit more.
Your brother was at UPY. How often have you been here before?
Never. I've never been here. Unless when I got to the NBA and then we started playing, then yeah. But other than that, yeah, I've never been here. I mean, I always heard from him about how great it is as a city. So, I know I'm looking forward to it.
But have you already seen how, 4s have to guard him, now 5s have to guard you, how that's helped you and how that pairing's going to work?
Yeah, definitely. Spacing's a big thing, with that. I feel like I create space for him. He creates space for me. Big guys that make decisions and whatnot. Puts people in tough spots. So things are going to continue to click. I think that once it starts clicking more consistently, and we start getting our guys, and obviously it's going to be a lot better.
Defensively, how does that pairing, do you think, will help the whole team, maybe specifically?
Defensively, we're longer. With them being a lot taller, being able to guard these bigger wings and bigger fours. I think that was a void we need to fill, and we were able to do as such. And obviously, be back there protecting the rim and whatnot, just doing things I normally do. Just I think it'll help us down the stretch.
How much do you think that's helped sort of slide everybody else around to matchups that make sense? I mean, not just you, not just having somebody at the floor, but also Aaron can guard the threes. He's kind of in a more even and other guys, Andrew. It seems like everybody gets a matchup that sort of makes it a little bit more sensible.
Yeah, you just really just answer your own question. Like it's easier, man. Like you don't have to have Aaron guarding guys that are 5-6 inches taller than him. You can play as hard as you want, but you go back to the Utah game where Drew's guarding Larry Markkinen. Like it's just we create those matchup discrepancies that we're trying to get a hold of, like back in before Pascal was here.
And when Pascal was signed, Ty said that he was looking forward to learning from him, also, teach him stuff. Have you been able to teach him something? Has he been able to teach you something so far?
Thus far, man, just two vets just playing the game. I think honestly, we have an open line of communication, and I tell him, if you see something, you gotta say something. Like don't be passive. Like I think one thing we pride ourselves on this team is to communicate with each other, and just when things are hard, and be able to say tougher things, and knowing when to take our foot off the gas and whatnot. So, it's been good.
You mentioned clicking. Based on your experience, previous times there's been a trade at the deadline. Is there just a switch where you think, oh, yeah, we're in sync together, and there's a learning process?
There's definitely a learning process. Today's our first real practice time together, but at the end of the day, it's just hoops, it's just basketball. And I feel like the way we play basketball, our offense is easy to integrate in because you just play. It's not a lot of a whole bunch of plays we run. We just go out there, we just put the ball between the lines and hoop.
How important is the personality? Because it seems like he's such an easy person to talk to and get along with, and once you get to know him off the court, it can help on the court.
Super easy going, though. Real laid back. Obviously, he's got a love for the game and whatnot. I think he's going to fit in with us right away.
What was, the perception of him before, just knowing him as an opponent versus having him in the team right now?
Yeah, I didn't really know much about him. I knew about his upbringing and whatnot, just his story, and obviously, just watch a championship run. But I don't really know much about him as a person. But no one's had anything bad to say about him, and I think that's his reputation is pretty much all you got in this league. Outside of your game, and it's just carried him well. It's just being there.
When you look at the makeup of this team, how much do you think it helps to have guys like you, Tyrese, Pascal now, who have, and Rick talked about paying your dues, and not having the instant success right away, but kind of building towards that, and maybe that message resonates with the younger.
Yeah. So I think someone like, you look at someone like Pascal who has the resume that he has. Obviously he's had to work and claw for everything that he's had, and he's a good example for our young guys. But I think that what Rick's trying to do accountability-wise is you don't just walk in here and just get handed things. I think you have to earn everything you got, and for our younger guys this year has been a big thing. You look at Ben Sheppard last night, he's able to earn some opportunities. Look at Jarris a couple of games ago on the West Coast trip, he's able to earn them opportunities. So I think the message is clear, but at the same time, it's also very transparent with what we're trying to do.
Speaking of Ben, just what's impressed you about him? Just obviously the energy and everything, but how have you seen him kind of develop and grow, and how much of a spark do you feel like
he never wavers, man. He's always smiling, and that's one thing that's I think it's you get taken for granted. Coming in the office every day is something that me being here for 9 years, I do every day. You forget that you get to do this. You don't have to do it. You see someone like Sheppard, it's new for him. He's in here every day, smiling, working, great energy, infectious and whatnot. And it's good to have that spirit around the team. And you see obviously how it translates on the floor.
So he follows TJ around all the time. How much do you think that helps him? What do you think he's gained from that?
I think TJ's been a great bet for him just because they have a similar type of energy and spark that they play with. And I think that TJ's obviously been someone who's been around this league, for a minute, and he's been able to really take some guys up under his wing. And he means it genuinely. He doesn't just do it just to do it. And I think you can tell.
Frank Vogel had some really good things to say about you on Sunday before the game. You'll see the Suns again on Friday. What role did he play in your early development?
Frank's my guy, man. He's huge. I think that I owe a lot of my game just to him. In a sense, when I first got to the league, he's the one who gave me my real opportunity. He instilled a lot of confidence in me, coming up. When I would get in my own head, like it'd be something simple as just going to dinner and just just rapping. And he took me to Kilroy's for the first time and sat there and chilled for a little bit, but he just like confidence is the big thing that I feel like I needed, from an outside source. My first year, and he was able to instill that in me like right away. And I got a lot of love for Frank, and his family, his wife and kids and whatnot. And it was good seeing him as well. It's good seeing him, be able to be in a good coaching position as well.
Jokic last night, Embiid coming up. What do you think about just this era of big men that you're playing with, and just the versatility you all have to step out, shoot it, back to the basket, those things like that, pass?
I mean, it's fun, bro. I mean, honestly, it's just it's not the dinosaur days of just taking 2-3 dribbles in the post, backing guys down, drop stepping. Like there's a lot more, just advancement of the game at that. And from a defensive standpoint, obviously it makes things difficult just being able to guard a 3-level score at that. But at the same time, like it's stuff that you grow up, you watch guards, you watch guys, you see guys like KD, getting in his bag and doing things, and it inspires you as a big to do the same thing. So. I love that it's positionless basketball now. I love that you go out there and just hoop and, you can still be domineering, whatever it is that you do.
How has that challenged you as a defender? Like, you've been that way your entire life, but, like, have you ever had to, okay, man, the game has changed since I played AAU basketball, for example, versus where it is now?
Yeah, I mean, there's certain matchups, when you play certain bigs, there's certain things you have to do, you don't have to do. You play a big you can't shoot, and, you can, sag off a little bit. You can you be a little bit lazier defensively, whereas you play a big they can shoot or is more versatile, you're a lot more active, you're up to touch, and you just, they put you in difficult spots. And like I said, it opens the offense just for everybody around you as well.
Myles, anytime there's injuries, teams have to adjust, learn on the fly a little bit. What have you learned about this group since Ty's been out in the last few weeks? We've been talking about our depth all season long, and just how important it is just to have that, on a roster. Our bench, I think we have one of the top scoring benches in the league, and they come up and pick our slack at times, and other times supersede what we're doing. So just playing true to our roster, having everybody stay ready, how important that is. I've talked about having the young guys. I mean, they're the last ones shooting. Every day it's a Sheppard over there right now. I mean, like that type of stuff is important when you're building within an organization. It's just a credit to front office and the guys that are bringing in here.
All-Star starter is going to be announced tomorrow. Obviously, it would be a big honor for Tyrese to get that in this city. What would it mean to be as his teammate, seeing what he did for this franchise, when he get that honor?
He said Tyrese get the honor?
Yeah,
of course, man. I mean, I think we all know he's going to get it. I mean, I think the big thing this year that was cool was that he was leading, all the votes and whatnot for all the guards. And just the respect that he's garnered, the respect that he's earned just in a very short time of being here. And, how he's elevated his games over the past couple of years has been amazing, too. So just obviously, us all here are supporting him. He's representing not only just us, but the city and, everyone else behind him. So, it's pretty dope to be able to see him just, seem to be just that dominating guard that he's been able to turn himself into.
Myles, you've been with this franchise for the Hall trade, the Domas trade, the Rick trade, now this one. What does that do for a team emotionally, and how do you as a leader help the whole team get through something like that?
Well, there's a curve. Obviously, I think it's the biggest thing. I feel like it's not going to be perfect right away. I think my biggest message with that is just you have to take patience, but you can't take too much patience. You still have to go out there and try to win games, but you still have to let things grow organically. And when you try to force things and try to make things happen, usually things don't really go your way. It might look good for a little bit, but in the long haul, it's not how it's supposed to be. So I just tell guys just keep playing, continue to play your game, and just make him adjust to our system and whatnot. Because when you have guys coming from different teams, you have to make them buy into what you're trying to do. And just a conversation I've had, conversation Tyrese had with him, I think he really is. He just bought into what we want to do here, and just really wants to be embraced, by his team and his teammates and the guys around him. So, smoke.
I would stay ready for stuff and just staying mentally in the game. And I didn't play until the fourth quarter last night, but I stayed ready and just played my game and played out my team needed to play. And when everyone believes in you, it's easy to get out there and do what you need to do. So.
I know everyone was talking about that one play that you had. I mean, how does that grow your confidence just when you have plays like that over and over?
Yeah, well, I just try to get the crowd into it, hustle, and relentlessness is like a big part of my game. But I just try to get my teammates and the crowd into it. And it was a fun time last night. Obviously, we didn't come out with the dub, but it was a good time.
What's it like, though, when you're sitting for three quarters and, Lloyd taps you on the shoulder and you're playing the world champions?
It's definitely a lot of stretching at timeouts, just being ready, because you never know when you're going to get put in. But yeah, I didn't expect to play the whole fourth quarter last night, but it was fun and I was ready for it. So.
The intensity you showed during that 2-minute flurry, I know you can't play that way the whole time, but is that something you could build on, thinking what happened when you really got after it and the impact you could make?
Definitely. I think the team looks at me for energy, however that is, whether it's on the bench, stand up for my teammates, or diving on a loose ball like I was last night. But yeah, just bringing the energy on both sides of the floor.
What was it like I know Rick talked about just Siakam's path to where he is now, splitting time in the G League early on. Back then it was not the G League, but learning from that and maybe just seeing it in the flesh, like, okay, this is a guy who walked the path that maybe I want to walk.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job of developing me. And the G League, I've been able to work on my game alongside Jarris, another great rookie. And yeah, just having a guy like Jarris to do it alongside just makes the experience even better. And yeah, just working on our game all the time and just being ready when our name's called. So.
How helpful has that been for both you guys? I asked Jarris this question before too, the fact that when you guys get called down, you get called down together.
Yeah.
You know, and sort of all of this thing you're working through together, you're not kind of on an island by yourselves trying to figure out when you're getting an opportunity. How helpful has that been?
It's definitely been good. We got the right mindset together, and we're able to get game reps when we're not necessarily playing with the Pacers. But yeah, it's been good. It's been a good experience.
I mean, it seems like what Rick, says about you mostly is that you're consistent. Basically, they know what to expect from you, more or less. I mean, what's been their message to you in terms of what they want to see more? I guess. I mean, has there been any of that, or has it been more like we like what you're doing? Just there's going to be an opportunity. What's kind of the message been for your long-term prospects? I guess when they talk.
Definitely to be more aggressive. Sometimes you can see me out there kind of passing up some shots or not taking it to the rim like I should, but yeah, just being more aggressive, and I think I'm going to do that down the line. So
specifically offensively, is it a case of don't defer as much just because you're a rookie?
Yeah, definitely. So
how much does that take getting used to, especially when you've got guys on this team that can score like they can? What's it take to kind of get to yourself to the point of like, I have to take this shot. I'm not to pass. As good as those other guys are on the floor with me.
Yeah, it's pretty easy because the chemistry we got here, and the ball movement, and how many passes and assists we have each game. But yeah, just taking every opportunity as it comes, and just taking advantage of the opportunity. So.
Ben, what's been the biggest change in your game since maybe a chance to reflect back on day one to now?
Definitely defense. I think I'm the type of guy who can guard 1 through 4. And yeah, just showing my versatility every day, whether that's practice or a game, wherever I am. And yeah, definitely I think my defense has grown a lot.
Is there a moment that keyed that defensive growth, or someone you've been working with that's been helpful for you for that?
Just going against great players like TJ and Tyrese and Buddy, Ben Mathurin, Andrew. Just guarding those guys in practice every day definitely helps you out. So.
How helpful has TJ been? I mean, you obviously spent a lot of time with him and everything. I mean, just it seems like he's trying to guide you and everything, and it seems like you've been receptive to that. Or what have you tried to get out of it? What do you feel like you've learned from just spending time around him?
Yeah, I think it's been a big part of my development as well. Just having a vet to look up to like TJ, who leads on and off the court. And yeah, just watching him out there, how relentless and how hardworking he is on the court. That definitely rubs off on his teammates, especially me. So trying to get out there, dive on balls, do everything that he tries to do. But obviously I can't emulate him, but definitely some stuff to take from him.
You're always smiling, but during that timeout after that flurry, every player and coach had a smile on their face. Do you remember the reaction you got then?
I was fired up. I couldn't tell you what was going on, but it's definitely fun. I just remember the crowd, but that's about it. So.
What have your parents and your dad said about the way you've been playing recently, all the minutes you've been getting?
They're just happy for me. My parents text me before every game and just tell me the player that I am and what I'm capable of, and it's just been good. They've been super supportive.
What's your impression so far of just Siakam and maybe, I don't know all the encore stuff, but just him as a person so far?
Yeah, he's a great player and an even better person. He came into the locker room his first day and got along with everybody. He meshes really well with our team chemistry and character. And yeah, I'm super excited to get to meet him more and just learn more about him. So,
have you gotten the impression, I guess, that since he's been brought in, there's a lot more opportunity in general, basically the coaching staff is kind of reconsidering everybody and looking how everybody can fit. And that there's a good chance here.
Definitely. Siakam, we play different with him, obviously. And I think as team chemistry starts to build, different opportunities will start to present themselves. But yeah, it's been good. Everyone's happy that he's here. Everyone's excited to play with him. So.
Do you think the message gets driven home more when, because Rick talked about how everything here has to be earned.
Mm-hmm.
You look at a guy who literally earned everything to get to where he is and obviously be the player he is.
Yeah.
Does that get driven like more when you see, okay, man, like Siakam came from, first round pick or whatever, but G League, D League to being an NBA champion to being a guy who this franchise believes in can change, their future.
Yeah, definitely. Development is a big part of this stuff, and just getting those game reps is definitely helpful. And especially a guy like him, just seeing his growth throughout his years and what he's turned into is definitely something to aspire to be.
So what kind of value does having a long actual practice with Pascal have to this team and to him specifically?
It wasn't that long, but it was a practice, and there's things we need to cover for sure. So very valuable, and we just need to keep finding these windows of opportunity. This is a very busy stretch of the season, and so a lot going on. So we're trying to make the most of every minute.
We've talked a lot about just things you've done with lineups, the combinations and trying to figure it out. I guess, what's this whole kind of tinkering situation been like for you, basically? Is it kind of an enjoyable challenge, I guess, to kind of reconsider what you have and think through what fits?
Well, it's the job is to find the best way to be successful for the team. When you have upheaval with injuries and guys being out, then you have to think through things, and you have to think practically, and you have to think about the human element and how things are going to affect the group. It's a great group of guys. They've handled difficult situations very well. And so, that's basically it.
What's your closest, I guess, past analog to this in terms of, bringing in a player of this caliber and, the way it can change the dynamic in the past that you've had?
Gosh, I'd have to think about that. I don't know that I've been involved with a trade like this where you got an all-star caliber player. But the interesting part of it is that without Tyrese, you have to figure out the right things to concentrate on and focus on in the short term, considering the long term,
sure,
and a little bit of vice versa. But so far, he's been great. He's got a great feel. He's personable. He loves the game. He loves to play, and so he's what we're about.
Non-basketball question. Rick Fuson announces his retirement. I know you've known him for years.
What?
Right, I know, right? Breaking news. Just what has he meant to you think this whole operation? What do you think about Mel taking over?
Well, Mel Raines has earned this. She's been an amazing member of this organization. I don't know how many years, but since coming back here, the third time for me, I've had more interaction with her. I'm just super impressed with who she is, how she operates, etc. A guy like Rick Fuson is a legend. He's a living legend, literally in many, many ways. And so, it's going to be different without him, but I know he'll still be around some.
Rick, what's it been like to see the evolution of just the big man? Joel Embiid 70.9 a few nights ago, Jokic last night.
I haven't watched that game, and I'm trying to avoid it. We're living in a different galaxy. It's just the skill level of 7-foot guys is approaching new heights that we've never seen before. And you just can't say enough about how the game has evolved.
How's Sticks? You obviously had the back issue.
Not sure yet. He's gonna get checked out this afternoon, so we'll know more.